Hey, I'm on it. I'm making these videos to answer some questions that pop up every now and then. I'm a Microsoft employee and I work with this very regularly in Azure. And I thought I'd share how I set stuff up, how I do it, what I do, how I think about stuff. This is in no way endorsed by anyone or any company. This is me just talking about stuff in Azure, especially around data. I'm going to create a new pipeline. We're going to call it copy. $100 million rows. I'm going to call it segments, right? So I'm going to create these segments myself, like I've shown you. Right, so that's good. So what we're going to do is do the first one. It's going to be a copy data. I'm going to drag it in here. So we're going to call it segment 1. Right, we're going to go to source. I'm going to select the SQL server. We're going to change this to be a query. And let me just pull this information from SQL. So it's going to be this one here. I'm going to paste that in. And then you'll see it's just the normal query, just with a segment starting. So it's going to start at 1. And then it's going to go to the end. So I'm just getting the end number. It'll be up until here, so it's 90. And then I'm quickly going to set up the sync as well. So we don't want to use this data like CSV. And the thing with this, if when we look at it, it's going to write to test CSV, so they're going to overwrite each other, which we don't want. I'm going to close that, and we're going to say new. You can say data like storage gen 2. We can select delimited text again. And we're going to say data like underscore CSV underscore named. And that allows us to then specify a couple of things, right? I'll show you now what I mean with that, right? I'm going to select data like from it. I'm going to browse to my folder. There we go. And there we go, actually. And I'm going to say OK. And it's going to create this one. There you see it's data like CSV named. I'm going to go open this up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add dynamic content here, right? So maybe not on the directory, so let's just call it CSV, all in lowercase, CSV segment, right? Segment. And then the file name is what we want to change. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to say, you'll see this plus here. I'm going to add a parameter, right? So just click on that. I'm going to give it a name, and I'm going to say, let's just say file name, right? That makes it easier. It's going to be a string, and I'm going to give it default value, and then I'm going to click on this, right? So now it says dataset.filename. So when we pass this through to the dataset, it'll use that as its file name. I'm going to hit OK, and you'll see that that is now turned blue because it is dynamic, and we're happy with that. I'm just going to hit publish on this, so it's going to publish it, publish the change for me. Right, all good. I can click this away, and I closed the one I was working on. So let's get back to it. There's segment 1. We've got a sync, and it says data like CSV named, and you'll see that it now has an additional parameter called file name. All right, so we can say segment 1. All right, and we probably want to say fact.sale.segment1.csv. Right, so this should be good for us. I'm going to use it as it is. And my source is set up. Now I'm going to be smart and just copy this and then create segment 2 from here. Then I don't have to redo everything again. Copy that again. So it's going to be segment 3. And obviously with the last one, this is going to be segment 4. Right, so segment 4 is ready and waiting for us, right? So let's get the SQL stuff out of the way. I need to pull the information. So we've got segment 1 set up correctly, so let's go to segment 2. We want to specify what our ending is, so it's just going to be this number plus 1 onto it, so that'll be 91, right? The next one is going to copy there, and then 3 going to be that number plus 1, so 80, and then it's going to go to this number, right? And then number 4, which is the last one, is going to have that number plus 1, so 70, and then up to our max number, right? So there we go. So all of this should now be ready to roll. So all we've done is we've split that copy command into 4. It's very manual in this way, and we need to fix segment 1's file name. So there we go. I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to go to sync here. That's going to be segment 2, and this is going to be segment 3. I didn't need to copy that at all. I can just go and edit this. So segment 4. That's 4. And let's say okay. So this is all good. So essentially all we've done is we have got 4 copy commands. We split the copy command into 4 manually. We calculated it out, and we decided that we're going to run it this way, right? And see what we end up with. So let's see debug, right? And let's see the changes. So there's 4 commands now. They're queued. I'm going to hit refresh. There they go into progress, and we're going to look at this copy data. So we're just going to choose 1 and wait for it to start copying, right? Now an interesting thing here, let me close this for a second and just jump to manage. We can then go to the integration runtime, and you'll see when I look at the integration runtime, you'll see here that I can actually see the CPU utilization, the network usage, and then how many jobs I'm running. So I'm running 4 out of 28, right? 28 being max. So back to our pipeline. They're all running, they're all in progress. There was a refresh. Let's open one up and have a look at it. All right, it's busy moving files. And once again, I'm gonna fast forward through this and then get back with you when this is done. And success. Let's have a look at it. Right, so this one took 9 minutes and 46 seconds to copy. Let's have a look at all of them. Right, so they all succeeded. Some of them took 11 minutes, you can see here, and then this one took 9. So segment 1 took 9 minutes, the rest 11. Let's go and have a look at this. Right, so let's refresh this and go up to the containers. So we'll go into test. There's CSV segment. Go into here and we'll see there's all 4 segments. Now have a look at this, right? So 5.05 gigs, 5.04, 4.6, 3.3. So although we copied faster, right? So in total, we copied the same amount of data, we copied it a lot faster. These file sizes are not in sync, right? So that's really, really irritating that that happens.